Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. Today's program is completely seated. It doesn't matter if you're able to stand or not stand, you'll still get lots out of the program or the routine. And it's not going to be that long either, so you'll be able to fit it into your day, no problem. All right, let's begin with a breathing exercise. And just a reminder, my rotator cuff is still nowhere near healed or getting better, so I will not always be able to use this arm, but I will always say to you, that's 2 arms for you. So then when I say that, you know you have to get both of your arms up. All right, we'll begin with a simple inhale, exhale exercise. So we'll inhale for the count of 4, hold for 2, and then exhale through your mouth with a little force. And then inhale for 5, hold for 2, exhale through your mouth, and then inhale for 6. So let's see how we do. All right, close your eyes, get your shoulders over your hips, and make sure that you have some space in the front to fill those lungs. Go ahead and bring those elbows slightly back and down, just so you can set your shoulder blades, which opens up your chest to fill up with air. And inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 1, 2, exhale through the mouth. And we'll go again for 5. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 2, 1, exhale through the mouth. Let's try that one last time. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 2, 1, exhale through the mouth. And then opening your eyes. So I want to lift my left shoulder. To you it looks like my right, but I'm lifting my left shoulder up. Now I'm going to try and reach for this right shoulder with my right ear. And when you lift your left shoulder up, your right shoulder kind of drops away. But you are able to get that right ear quite a ways over, more than normal, just because you've lifted up the left shoulder. So just keep looking for that right shoulder for a little bit. You just want to stretch things out nice and slow. And then bring your head up, lift the right shoulder. And then with your left ear, you start looking for the left shoulder. Looking, trying to find my left shoulder. Look up, and then let's just repeat that one more time. So I'm going to lift the left shoulder, reach for the right with my right ear. So I'm not bringing the right shoulder up. I'm going down with the right ear. Bring your head into the middle, and then let's take it to the other side. So I'm going to lift that right shoulder up and then search for the left shoulder with my left ear. And bring that up. So keeping your shoulders level now. You're not lifting one up at all. You want to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And again, it probably looks the opposite to you. Okay, so I'm just trying to reach for that right shoulder with the right ear. Or bring my head up and do it the opposite side. So left shoulder, left ear. And then I'll bring that forward. So let's just do a little wrist rotation. I don't often put this in, but really we should, if you find time in your day, you're waiting for those commercials to go by, go ahead and do some wrist rotations and some ankle rotations. All of that is good stuff. So, and you don't have to be online to do that. You can easily do that while you're watching your favorite show. I'm going to bring my hands up to my shoulders. Now, you want both of your elbows to come to shoulder height. And I think I just did it. Look at that, with that funky rotator cuff. So I'm going to circle to the back. I'm making mini circles. While you're making those circles, just pay attention. Can you feel your shoulder blades starting to move? Maybe you can. Let's take those circles a little bigger, making it more of a medium size. And now I definitely do feel my shoulder blades beginning to move more up, more to the back, and squishing together, and more down. Let's make it huge. So bring those elbows almost together, all the way up to the sky, all the way back and down. And now can you feel that big movement in those shoulder blades as you continue with that nice big circle? I'm just going to do one more. Okay, good. And then bringing my hands down. I'm going to do a seated flow. My arm might not always come up, but it does sometimes. I kind of don't even have control over that. I don't even know when that's going to happen. So maybe somebody will tell me why that is. But okay, so inhaling all the way up. And on my exhale, I want to bring that right hand down and reach over with my left into the bend. Bring the right hand up on the inhale. And then on the exhale, I want to reach over to the left-hand side with my right arm. Inhaling both those arms up. I want to take both of these arms to the side and bring them down. So it's a kind of a twist, and I'm not twisting hard. I'm barely turning at all. And then inhaling up. Bring both those arms down to the other side. And again, I'm just barely turning. You can see I'm hardly turned at all. Inhale up. Exhale into those goalpost arms. Inhale up. Exhale back into goalpost. This time inhale, opening up to a chest opener. Exhale into goalpost. Bring those knees apart. Both hands come down to the upper right thigh as you inhale into cow. Exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone. Move those hands over to the other thigh and inhale into cow. Exhale, round the back and tuck the tailbone. Sitting nice and straight, looking forward, we begin again. Inhale all the way up. Whoa, this time it wouldn't go. Exhale, I'm going to take a bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, taking a bend to the left. Inhale up. Now I want to twist again with both arms coming down, and this time I am going to just twist a little bit farther. Inhale up. And then I'll take that twist to the other side, and once again I'm going to twist a little farther than I did last time. Inhale up. Exhale, goalpost. This time on the inhale, it's straight into a chest opener. So it's inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, coming back into those goalposts. Start getting your hands down to that right thigh as you inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Bring those hands over. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Immediately into it for the last one. Inhale, both arms all the way up. Going to exhale, bringing my left arm over to the right hand side. Inhale up. And this time I'm going to reach to the left. Inhale up. I want to twist on my exhale, and now I'm going to push it just a hair further. And inhale up. And exhale to the other side, and again, just pushing it a smidge further. And inhale up. Exhale into goalpost. Inhale into chest opener. Exhale into goalpost. Bring those hands down to the right thigh. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat, round the back, tuck the tailbone. Bring those hands over to the other side. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. And coming forward. So we're going to take a twist. It's not one of the easier twists, so you may have to modify it however you need to. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. Then I want to bring my hands together into that prayer position, and I want my elbows parallel with my hands. So you might be looking like this, but you want to make it looking like this. And what happens is we immediately lift our shoulders up. So pay attention to bringing those shoulder blades back and down. Okay, so you're holding that position now. I want to take my left elbow and bring it to this outside of this right leg. So it looks like this, and then I kind of lean to do that. Now you might stop here, and yours might look kind of like that, and that's fine. That's a good place to stop. Everybody's on their own journey. You might be able to bring that elbow up a little higher, maybe getting it actually on top of the left elbow. But you get to wherever you get to, because you have to hold it for 3 breaths, and it's a tough pose. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. So we're just going to take that to the other side. So I'm going to uncross and then cross my left leg over my right. So my elbows are still the same height as my hands at this point. I want to bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee, so it kind of looks like this. And maybe this is as far as you get, and that's just fine. Maybe you can lift that elbow a little higher, or a little higher, or a little higher still. So you get to where you get to. Try not to collapse in, but keeping your upper body nice and strong and long. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing that elbow down, facing forward, and putting those hands down, opening up those knees. So I want to take my, just going to move this out of the way here. I want to take my right leg and straighten it out, and I want my toes to be flexed, not pointy, but kind of flexed, all right? And I'm going to scooch myself a little further to the end of the chair. So flex and point and flex and point. I don't know if you can see my foot, but it's going flex and point and flex and point. Okay, then I want to do one other move. I want to just turn that foot so that the arch of the foot is kind of looking up towards the ceiling. Okay, and you can feel the action in that hip. You're seated, so you don't have the weight of your body on it, so it's an okay hip movement. Of course, if you've had a hip replacement, you might not want to try. All right, I've got my legs straight again, and this time I'm not flexed tightly, I'm just relaxing my foot completely. With my hands, I'm just going to slowly come down that leg. Do you see I'm not rounding my back? My back is nice and straight as I'm coming down that leg, just seeing how far I can get before the hamstring on that leg says, okay, that's far enough. Get to where you get to, and then you're going to open up those palms and lift that all the way up and taking it up and over. Circle those arms around, and we'll do it again. We're going to slide down that leg, keeping our back nice and straight, relaxed foot, stretching out the hamstring, going nice and slow down, and then putting my hands into scoop position. I'm just going to scoop all the way up and bring it over to the back and bring those arms around. Last time, I just want to slide on down that leg, feeling my hamstring, keeping the back straight, remember, and then scooping that up and all the way over. Okay, let's just take that to the other leg. So again, I'm just going to bring my leg out and I'm going to flex that toe. So by flexing, I mean it's like this. And then I want to point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. I think I did it 4 times on the other side. So flex and point and flex. And then same thing here. I'm going to try and turn my foot slightly to the side. You can't really see, so I'm just going to back up a little bit so you can see my foot. So you can see I've got my foot to the side, and I'm just going to try and, lay it a little bit so that the instep is looking more up. And just point your foot straight towards the ceiling and then lay it over to the side, and you can feel the work that happens in that hip, right? It's actually pretty significant. So, got that done. I'm just going to hold it for a little bit and then come out of it. Now I'm going to relax that foot, and I'll just start with my straight back. So getting my back nice and straight, and then reaching forward over that left leg, following my leg down with my hands until I get to the point where I've reached as far as I can and my hamstring is just about ready to yell. And then I'm just going to scoop that all the way up and bring it over to the back. Circle those arms. Take that one more time, twice more times actually, down the leg, stretching out those hamstrings, reaching forward, then bringing those hands all the way up and circle. And now it's one more time. Following that leg down, keeping that back straight. Reminder not to round the back. You want to keep it straight so you stretch out the hamstrings, and then lifting that all the way up and circling that around. Good. Bring that leg in. Okay, I want to do a simple, pigeon stretch, king pigeon, or some people call it figure four. So that's where I take my right ankle and place it on top of my left knee. Now if that's hard for you, you can straighten the left leg and just reach for that pant leg and pull that leg up there, and then see if you can bend that left leg. And if it's too much in here, then you don't bend it all the way. Or maybe you just want to keep that right ankle crossed down at the bottom. Okay, you find out where it's going to work for you, and then that's where you stay. Okay, so I can bring my right ankle on top of the left knee. And here's where it gets a little tricky. You might feel that's enough of a stretch already right in here. So if that is, that's where you're going to stay for your 3 breaths. If you need to add a little more, then you get really straight in the back like you have a broomstick from the top of the head to that tailbone, and you lean forward ever so slightly until, oh my goodness, it starts talking to you even more. You get to the spot where it's a little uncomfortable, but you can handle it, and inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then you can come out of it. That always feels so good. That's like really and truly is one of my favorite stretches. So the same thing on the other side. Maybe you're just crossing at the bottom with your legs fairly straight. Or, maybe you're able to like kind of semi-drag it up here and off on a straight leg, and then even bending that leg a little bit, the base leg, maybe not. So you play with that for a few seconds, get to where you need to get to, and then straighten the back. Put that broomstick in there, top of the head to the tailbone. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you want to lean forward slightly and get to wherever it's uncomfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then sitting up. And then just taking a moment to let your body sort of process what you've done here, the moves you've made, your shoulders, your legs, whatever, needs to figure out all the different moves. And you just let that kind of happen. And then I thank you for joining me. If you liked the video, please press like or share or subscribe so it gets out there. And may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.